Hi, welcome back. This is Deb. I'm going to be doing the look that I wore when I did my February favorites and one flop. I actually did this once before, and for some technical reason the video kept stopping at 3 minutes. So for those of you that watched that one and let me know by putting it in a comment, thank you so much for doing that, because I probably would have never known. I did watch back the video, and when I watched it back, it went all the way to the end, but I don't know why it didn't when I uploaded it. So to save time and aggravation, I decided just to delete it and redo it. Now, I don't remember every single thing I did, but the main points were the colors I did for my eyes. I do remember that, and I used my MAC palette I have here they're basically neutrals except for this one, which is contrast, which is a blue. You can see that there, it's like a dark blue. It's really very, very pretty. I used that in this look. So let me get started with this, and I'll try to do it as fast as I can, but I do have to explain a few things, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So I appreciate your patience that it might be a little bit long. Okay, wash my face, put my moisturizer on. I put my Too Faced Primed and Poreless. Loving that. And when I did this look before, I used a foundation that I had been testing out, but unfortunately I had to return it to the store because it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. Don't need to mention it, but so I'm going to be using a different one, and that's the Studio Fix Fluid. You can see that by MAC, and my color is NW20, and I'm going to take a couple pumps and just put them onto my fingers here, and I'm going to use my hands at first and just basically put it all over. And I recently got recolor matched because I was using a color that was wrong for me. It was way too yellow, and I don't know if I talked about this in a previous video, but anyway, and now I'm NW20. I'm really like basically neutral tone, but I have a little bit, I kind of lean a little bit to the cool tones. I have a little bit of pink in my skin. So this color I like a lot, and it seems to really work with the redness that I get here. I know that a lot of times they say, why I did that, I don't know. A lot of times they say to cancel out the redness, use yellow. And I did, but it just made my face look way too yellow, so we don't want that. So I'll take out a couple things here that I forgot. There we go. Okay, so then I just rub that in with my fingers, and what I like to do then is just kind of go over my eyebrows. I'm not going to fill them in right now, but I'm just kind of getting rid of some of the makeup that may, foundation that may have gone onto the brows. Okay, now we're going to get started with the eyes, and I'm going to use a primer. This is just the e.l.f. dollar primer. Works pretty good, so might as well use it. And the colors that I'm using really do a good job of blending and staying on, so I'm just kind of using this to sort of get rid of some of the veininess that I have on my lids. It doesn't take them all away, but it does a pretty good job of camouflaging that. Now I'm going to get my palette out here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some satin taupe onto the bottom part of my eyelid, and that's right here. Pick that up with this brush. It's by e.l.f. and I think it's just a shading brush, and it works really nice. I like it a lot. And let me fix There's my mirror here. Sorry about that. I need it a little closer to me. Okay, so I'm putting this all on the bottom, or otherwise known as the movable part of the lid. And just kind of pressing it in and blending just a little bit while I press. Just like that. Then I just take a brush that I just saved for blending, and I'm going to go right there in the crease and just blend that kind of harsh line that I have there. Now the next thing I did was I put a like a crease color, a transition color, and at the time I used like a light brown. I think I used Wedge, but today I want to use soft brown because I used that yesterday when I was redoing this, and I really like the look of it. And soft brown is right there. And in the camera it's not really showing up, but it's a cool tone, kind of like a reddish brown. And I like to combine the warm tone and cool tone eyeshadows. I think it makes for a very cool kind of not three-dimensional, but it just makes a really cool look and not so flat. And I'm putting that right in the crease, and I'm trying not to go past like here, because if I go past here, sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder, if I go past here, then it's just going to drag my eye down. And this brush that I'm using is a crease brush by e.l.f. I talked about these in my February favorites. I really like them. They pick up a good amount of color, and they do a good job at blending too. Okay, and then I'm going to take that the blending brush, and I'm going to just blend this top part here so that you don't have that harsh line. Then I'm going to pick up another brush. This is also by e.l.f. and it's just a flat brush. And I'm going to take the color Vanilla, which is this one right here. And I will be doing a video of my MAC shadows. I have 2 palettes now, so I will be doing that sometime soon. Excuse me. And I'm just going and I'm kind of highlighting the brow bone, and then I like to kind of press the color into there. And then I'm flipping it over to the other side, and I'm going to pick up this color called Shroom. And I'm sure all of you, or most of you, have heard that. It's this one right there. And if you want to know, the nail polish I'm wearing is by Zoya, and it's called Tony. Looks like this. Okay, then I pick up the Shroom, and right here in this kind of where I feel my bone and in this kind of corner here, I'm just going to lay down a little bit of that. And that's just for a little extra highlight, because this does have a little bit of shimmer. I'm not putting it all the way across, just right there. Like that. Now I'm going to take just any kind of flat liner brush. I'm going to go into this satin taupe, and I'm going to line the bottom lash line. And this idea I got from Tanya Burr, who is a makeup artist guru here on YouTube, and she really does a great job. She's engaged to the Pixie Woo sisters, Sam and Nick. And the idea of keeping a brush just for blending, I keep looking in that viewfinder, keeping a brush for blending, I got that from the Pixie Woo sisters. They always do that. Okay, going back in that corner. And I kind of put on maybe 2 layers of this because the satin taupe isn't a very dark color, but I want it to show. So there we have the satin taupe there. Now that's it for the eye color. I'm going to stop and curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to align my top lash line with Max Kohl in Teddy. Just getting as close as I can to the lash line, going all the way across. And then when I get to this part, I kind of have to lift up my hand. I'm sorry if it's blocking. And if you need to like go like this to pull your eye to get the line more perfect or get it on there, that's fine. I mean, I know there's like controversy, don't pull your eye, you get wrinkles, but I think if you gently just kind of straighten it out with your hand there or your finger, it probably make it easier for you if you have trouble putting on the liner. Okay, now I'm going to stop and I'm going to curl my lashes and put mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now the interesting part is that I did the mascara. When I was doing the mascara, I realized that I didn't do the last part of putting contrast in the outer corner of my eye. So I'll do that for you now. Okay, so back with the palette, I'm going to pick up some of the contrast color, which is this blue right here. And this is just a shader brush by Sigma. And I'm going to put it down right here in the outer corner. And if you forget to do it and you put your mascara on, it's fine to go ahead and put this on. And just kind of lightly tap. And the reason I put this contrast in the outer corner is I originally did it with just the other shades on my eyes, and I liked them, but I wanted it to be a little bit more dramatic, a little more bolder. And so I decided to put some of that. Now I'm going to take the blending brush. What did I do with that? Oh, I'll just take this one. And I'm going to go right there and just blend that. And now I have everything that I did that day. Okay, now let's do the rest of the face. Okay, I'm going to take my Naked by Urban Decay Flush Palette. And I'm going to take this kabuki brush that I bought at Icing. And I really like this. It's very soft and it does a great job at applying what I want to apply. And I'm picking up some of the blush. I just kind of tap it in there and then I just shake it off. And then I'm just going to like start right there and then go on the other side. And then I'm going to put some down here. And I just have all my hair pinned back because I'm growing it out and it's getting long. And if I have to have it all down while I'm doing my makeup, it just gets in the way. And then I like to put some over here because I get very puffy here from my lupus and Sjogren's, so I'm trying to camouflage this. I don't always put up top here because this is more narrow. I'm trying to narrow this part that is wider. But what I will do is just put a little bit along the hairline. Okay, and then I'm going to take another brush, just any blush brush type thing, and I'm going to pick up some of the blush color. And I keep looking in the viewfinder today, I'm so sorry. And I'm going to put that right on top of the bronzer that I use for a little bit of a contour. And then that day that I was doing my makeup, I wanted a little bit more of a, I don't know, healthy, glowy look. So I pulled out my Coralista by Benefit. And I just like to use these brushes that come with it. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that, tap it off, and I'm just going to put just a little bit here, sort of on the outer part of my of my cheekbone. Not on the center here, but just like right here and up. Brush back in. I love the way that smells. I always have to smell it. And then I take just a regular fluffy type of brush and I go along and I just sort of blend everything here so there's no harsh lines. And up here. And you can powder your face if you want to, but I find that with the Studio Fix fluid, I don't necessarily need to powder, but I am going out this evening on a little date with my husband, so I want my mascara, my makeup to last longer. So I'm going to take my MAC Mineralized Skin and Finish Natural in medium, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that with this blush brush that I just used, and just kind of put it in the T-zone just a little bit. That's the only part where I will get sometimes a little bit oily. Or, yeah, oily is the word. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is put some concealer on to conceal these bad boy circles. And I'm just going to use my Instant Rewind by Maybelline. I use the medium color because my circles are rather dark. Is this the medium? Yes, it is. And if I use something light, it really highlights them. And I don't want to highlight them. I want to camouflage. And then taking this brush that I'm using now, it is a foundation brush that came in a kit that my husband got me for Christmas, one of my Christmas gifts a couple years ago from Sephora. It's part of the antibacterial brush kit, something like that, and it is still sold at Sephora. I saw it there the other day. And then I'm just kind of pressing it in. There. Then I have a little spot here, and that's from lupus. And I'm going to, from having lupus, I'm going to put this on there. And this is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Spot. And it really hasn't done anything to take away the spot, but it does camouflage it a bit, so that helps. And I have a little darkness here, and a little bit here. Sort of works the same as this one. They work basically the same, in my opinion. Go back and blend that. And I know I just powdered, but it's okay. You can always go over and powder it again. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to think of what lipstick I used that day, and I don't remember, so I'm just gonna put something that I like on. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and take my Mineralized Skin Finish, take this brush, which is just a fluffy blending brush, take a little bit onto the brush, make sure you tap it up really good, and then I'm just going to set the circle, I was going to say, set the concealer. And I'll be honest, I don't always set my concealer. Sometimes I forget, but it does make a difference when you don't set it. It kind of just wears off. You don't want that. Okay, so lipstick. Oh, here. I'm going to be using my Sugar Plum Lip Butter by Revlon, one of my faves. Sorry, I'm having problems with my throat getting raspy. Okay, and then just kind of look around, make sure that I like the way everything looks. Blend it a little bit more. And then of course I would take my hair down and style it and stuff. So that is basically the look that I wore in my February favorites and one flop. I hope that you enjoyed that. And once again, just to review really quickly, because I did have questions about the eye colors. The colors that I used were satin taupe on my eyelid. I used soft brown in the crease and a little bit in the outer corner. And then I used the contrast in the outer corner. As a brow highlight, I used vanilla. And then as an extra little highlight, I used shroom, just in this one spot here, right there. And I forgot to do my eyebrows, but I am letting them kind of grow out a little bit because I just want to reshape them a little bit, so excuse the little hairs that you see there. I will just quickly take this Milani product that I have a love-hate relationship with it and just kind of fill in a little bit. Nothing fancy because, like I said, I'm letting them grow out a little bit. And then I'll get rid of those extra hairs. Excuse me. No, sorry, my nose was itchy. Okay, so that is it. I hope that you enjoyed that. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.